The future, constantly changing with every decision we make as human beings. I, as well as most of you, probably thought about the future a lot. When thinking about our future, we like to think about what will we do for school after this school, such as college, technical schools, main decisions like that. We'd like to think about having maybe a spouse, a loved one, and starting a family, or most importantly, many of us think about what jobs we want to have in the future. One of the most important decisions you can make for your future is your job, because this will be something you might be doing for the next 40 years of your life until you retire. For this speech, I interviewed someone very close to me, my father, Tim Durst, aka my dad, like I said, my father. He's an electrical lineman at Sioux Valley Energy, where they have offices in Pipestone and in Brandon, South Dakota. I lined up this interview with him in person because we both live in the same house, so it was very easy just to go up and talk to him and say, "Hey Dad, want to do an interview for my speech?" And he said, "Sure." So we did this interview in our living room. I sat on a chair, he sat on the couch, and we just talked. And I wanted to interview Tim for his job because I found it very interesting, because he says he has to travel quite often, and he gets to be outdoors a lot, which I find very attractive for a job, being always outdoors, because I really don't want to be crammed in an office space when I'm with her. And I have a great relationship with my father, so this whole interview process went very smoothly and easily. So, a lineman is responsible for the installation, repair, and maintenance of overhead and underground electrical power lines and auxiliary equipment. A lineman usually works for utility companies, energy companies, or telecommunication companies. My dad wanted to be a lineman because, in his own words, I thought it'd be a job that not a lot of people could do. I love being outdoors, and I love the physical labor of it. I also love the adventure, he said. So, the education that Tim had was a high school diploma, and he went to Mitchell Vo-Tech. After 1 year of attending, he graduated and finally became a lineman. As I've learned from this interview, being a lineman requires a ton of communication. My dad uses a bunch of communication in his line of work, and he states that the most important communication is face-to-face between two people, because you have to talk about different jobs. At work, he says they have teleboard conferences, which is all the people that's going to work a job. They all talk together and make sure that they all are very clear on the communication they have, that those people, so that everyone knows what jobs they need to do, so there's no miscommunication and nothing messes up, because this job requires a lot of safety and wants to make sure that everyone knows what they're doing, so the job can be safely done. Another important quality of communication for this job is to be a good listener. Tim always says, always be willing to have an open mind and listen to others. Communicate changes to a job and how they improve conditions. One of the most important things that Tim says learned from his many years of being a lineman is people's dependency on electricity. Because I'm sure many of you guys know that everything in this world uses electricity, from things like a smartboard, your phones, basically everything depends on electricity. Tim also said that he's become smarter and safer at approaching tasks and not taking any needless chances and being cautious, because you want to stay safe, you want to be smart, and having a job like this really just helps you be a smarter, safer person with anything you do. So this assignment was extremely beneficial to me and helped me gain a greater understanding about the future careers and importance of effective communication in whatever career you're going to do in the future. I have learned a great deal of information about my father's career path. I have learned about the education needed for this career, the skills I need for this career, and the education needed for this career. The importance of communication with this career, I also learned is very important. Want to make sure you can communicate safely with people and make sure everyone's on the same page. With all the information I gathered, I feel like a lineman would be a great fit for me. I love the idea of being outdoors a lot, and I like the idea of always moving, not being stuck to just one space. With everything I've learned about communication with this job, I want to work on being able to deliver more clear messages to people I'm working with, and have an open mind and be a more proactive listener, which just helps everyone work together better. I'm super glad that I got the chance to interview someone so close to me, and I really enjoyed getting to learn more about my father's career. I can't wait to see where my future